Hello.
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen, roosters and hens, and everything else in between. We are back. We're Cock Talk, and we had 50 races on Friday, didn't we?
50.
50.
50
Sure
races.
did.
50 without, I mean, I
5-0.
didn't see, I didn't experience many.
We need some results,
issues.
but we'll get them.
Results page.
But in the meantime, as always, we're the Coop Collective in full force. I'm Tyler at MBF Express. We have the reason we're late tonight, Josh at Grateful Coops.
No. Football.
He meant Josh Allen.
Football. Josh Allen.
It's always Josh.
The man with the theories at Waddle Racing, almost. Blake and Dad back again at Pecking Order. Friends, how are we doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Not
How
first.
about you guys?
Not bad. So yeah, exciting week after a long wait, and well worth it, right?
It was.
I think so.
At the very end, it was well worth it, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the 50, if it would have just been 10 races, this would have been a different podcast. If it would have been like we experienced before, we'd probably be up to a different tone. But no, I was happy overall.
Yeah.
I was actually complaining the first about 8 races or so about to throw in the towel, saying I couldn't get into a race. And then I finally, I got into like 4 of the total session. So I stopped bitching.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that got into races over and over again.
The 12 made a difference, though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the 12 made a difference. And, I was just really pumped about the fact that they were like, hey, we're going to do a couple more. Like, we gave you those 2 sessions, and we're like, yep, we're coming back for a few more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And those ones came out quick. That's what I liked about it. Those really rolled out quickly.
And if
The
you
first
weren't
ones took a
lightning,
minute.
if you weren't lightning with the mouse, you were not getting in one of those races.
Well, POs, the first ones. And again, it started becoming easier as the races went on to get in because POs started to change things. People were running out of birds. I heard somebody even mention, I'm out of birds. I can't until a class B or different race comes up, So.
Yeah, my birds didn't do so great.
No,
but
mine neither.
that's all right.
I got one.
They got in races.
At the very end, I'm like, here we go. I'm gonna bring out the 95 teal cherry dust. That'll do it. 6th place. Thanks.
Garbage chicken. Sell it.
It's on sale right now. You guys can have it.
Take him to the pine.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe as you guys roll in tonight. We have no fun this time. It seems like we are ready to rock. We're ready to have a good week. Hopefully the momentum that we saw on Friday rolls into Monday.
Yeah.
And this thing starts to really feel like it was when we were all super pumped and excited and waiting patiently and, then not so patiently, but here we are.
I was going to ask you guys today too. Do you guys expect racing tomorrow? I feel like we should have racing tomorrow. I feel like as smooth as it went Friday, that we should have some semblance of racing tomorrow.
We've had poor success at guessing at that.
We have,
but I think
we've been
we
bad.
probably
Terrible.
Track record is not
Terrible.
great.
Absolutely. Like, not even like major league worthy of batting average. We're like 150.
No.
best.
As Wamola was listening to some old shows tonight, going all the way back to some of our biggest episodes, and mostly wrong, which is good. But we're taking our shots. I think we'll be a little more accurate here moving forward. Hopefully, I probably shouldn't put that on us. But yeah, I do feel like we should see something. Maybe even just like straight away on Monday. I don't see why not. The only thing that could be holding it back is this little bit of a hiccup with the results tab.
Mm-hmm.
And if that
having to manually
knock out. Yeah.
Having to manually post the races, I'm sure was a little pain, but
yeah.
But it did look like someone was doing something with the results page today, despite it being Sunday. The videos weren't working, but they were showing up on the results page. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We couldn't watch the races today, but we could see them.
Yeah.
you could see the results.
Yeah, they were showing up now, at least on the page, just not functioning. So somebody was trying to do some fix on it already.
Yeah, that was good to see. It seems obviously someone's just hanging around and taking a look at it. So that's always nice to see there. You never quite know when they're this close, when it's feeling this much on the precipice, how much they are just kind of always looking around and always taking a look at it. And yes, welcome to Emmelingy, to the Coop Collective 548 stud barn. He got in right underneath the nose, but we're doing something a little bit different tonight. At the end of the show, we will be spinning the wheel for the token holders, not a token holders, to have a shot at another 548 NFT. And if you buy during the show, or if you put in a bid during the show, your number will also be put in. So if you're here and you want to get in, this is a good time to do it. We will get you into the giveaway at the end of the show. And we have some other kind of giveaways and other things that we've been announcing, throwing around on Twitter that we'll start to sprinkle in as we go too.
And for anybody that happens to buy one during the show, we'll get with you afterwards to get you verified and all that sort of thing once we go through all that.
So back to the race page and everything. There was one little thing that I noticed that might have became my favorite new little tool that they added to the race page, and that is the refresh button.
Spam the refresh.
Spamming that baby.
Yeah. I was hitting it myself.
Didn't have to hit the whole refresh the browser and get logged out and all that fun stuff. Yep. It's just click, smooth, boom, refresh. It was awesome.
Very smooth.
Love it.
Yeah. The entry was the smoothest we've seen. Even when you weren't getting in, the quick little pop-up saying race filled, and then I'm on to refresh.
Click the refresh button and it was gone. Yep.
The only thing is we just ran free races, which is a couple steps quicker and easier than paid races. So hopefully when we get back to paid races, we see the same level of ease of entry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the only step that it seems like we still need to see be smooth, is that the paid races don't have any hiccups on payments and whatnot. So there is still the possibility that we get this thing rolling, but then, maybe there's a shutdown during the midweek so they can fix that up and get it going. But, we are at just around the 7-day mark until the end of January. And, this is the crunch time. So I got to imagine we're going to have a pretty hectic week.
Yeah. Going to pick up for sure.
The other big hurdle we have to see kind of crossed off this week, to hit the open beta end of January target, we have to cross it off basically tomorrow, is the automatic race scheduler.
Right.
And that's kind of the thing where I'm still looking at that on that list and going like, I sure hope they've been testing that on the back end for weeks and they just haven't unleashed it on us yet. But that's where I'm still crossing my fingers. Like,
do you think that the way that the races came out the other day were kind of foreshadowing how that automatic scheduler is going to play out, as far as one, and then once it fills, then the next at one by one by one? Or do you see them putting in it?
That was probably still manual.
I hope when they're running them automatic, it's kind of more batch.
I was hoping
like right when the session,
like 5 to 10 at least.
Right when that session started for us, like the 10, 11, 12 o'clock session, I think was the time frame for the U.S. folks. I noticed that the first race, it filled, and then it ran, and then it was a little bit before they launched the next one.
Yeah.
And then they would wait a little bit to make sure that next one ran, and then that was slowly incrementing, and then it was just kind of like as soon as it filled and was hitting the scheduled page, the next one was popping in. And because I was noticing I was missing out on like 2 or 3 races at a time just by hitting refresh and trying to get into a race and then going to the scheduled page just to look at things and then go back, and it's like, oh God, I missed 3 of them already. So yeah, I feel like that's a step in the right direction, and this week will be I think a good test.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I just hope with as many Coop holders as we have, when there is open beta, that we see at least 5 to 10 populate and then fill.
Well, the other thing is we're going to have to get into the point where there's chicks, A, B's, and C's all available, right? Like so you're going to want to see kind of all 4 of those on the page. And ideally, maybe more than, maybe you only ever need 1 chick race showing at a time, but it'd be nice to have 2 or 3 of each of the other pecking orders. So once we start to figure out our birds, we have a little bit of choice other than, oh, well, I'll just run it in this next available race.
Or what if you have something like 10 races populate, every 10 minutes or something like that, and then any of the races that don't fill, like those A, B, C, those would obviously still be there. So eventually you might have 30 or 40 races on the board to choose from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right off the bat, it's going to be a little curious to see, because once they open this thing up to everybody, now we're almost at, what is it, 5,800 holders, so or at least wallets. So we're going to see a bit of a rush there. We know how Zed did it. They ran in batches early on, and there weren't that many per day. So when they go open, I know they have mentioned 24/7 and the idea that they will be racing around the clock. And I've been hoping the whole time that's why they've been taking so long to get this thing rolling, is that way they're comfortable with the fact that once they open it up, they can do that. So yeah, I'd hope to see it come out in batches, and then obviously there'll be wait times, and that's just inevitable. But I would just wonder how long of a wait time they're going to have. Like how deep are they going to set that until they release the new batch?
Well, I imagine that there's the filters there for a reason. Right now, you can't even use the filter that does nothing today, right? But in the future, I imagine that filter comes into play, because there might be 40 or 50 races that are out there on the board. You got to filter your bird sound, class A, B, C, what bird do you want to race?
Yeah. And it's going to be a point where they have to balance not filling races too much faster than they can run them, because there was an era where Zed was filling them and it was come back, half a day later for your race to have run.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many in their queue to run, and they can't run them all bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Each one takes processing power. Each one takes its own time to be conducted.
Eventually, that's not eventually when when we actually have the ability to parse through and find the one we want, there'll be some people that just want something right away. And then there'll be other ones that go, no, I need this track. I need this, this distance, and I'll wait for it. So it'll be okay for some people in that regard. So I will be curious to see how that turns out, not to mention whether you'll want it to be paid or free in that regard. So,
and what depends on what the amount is to enter that paid race. Is it within your budget, or, there's a lot of factors at play.
And I do think for the average user, say we're going to sit down for a half hour to an hour in the evening, I want to be able to enter a couple of races and watch those few races. There's going to be certain instances where there's a $500 pecking order A race sitting there. That might take a while to fill. And that's understandable, because there's only a select number of wallets that are playing at that level. But the $5, B race, you'd hope would fill quickly and then kind of run within the half hour, so you could sort of enjoy it while you're sitting down at the computer,
It's going to be crazy when those $500 A races fill quickly, because there's plenty of people that have reached that point, and there's plenty of money rolling through this place, and it's coming. But in the early days, it's going to take a little bit of time for everyone to kind of accumulate and get to that point, and know which birds. I mean, there's going to be degenerates that just we're allowed to.
There's plenty out
degens
there.
here. Yeah, they're going to go right for it. I know there was a couple people a month ago that were just saying first $500 race I can get in, I'm doing it. So, good on them. I'll be pumped to watch.
I'll watch.
That's for sure. Yeah. I'll watch.
Yeah, I'll be there to cheer you on.
If something massive changes for me in the next, couple weeks, I'll get in it. But at the moment, I won't.
Well, I mean, look, here's the deal. If I feel like I have a bird that I'm like, oh, this can compete in that level, then absolutely, let's dance. But until then, I'm not just going to throw my $500 to the wind. I'd rather buy a bird.
It's going to take me a minute to go that far.
if you gave me the best bird in the game and told me, okay, 25% win, 50% to place, I still don't know if I'm throwing a $500 dice knowing I have a 50% chance.
Come on,
of
Dad.
losing
I don't know. I'd
$500.
probably take that all day and just sit there and hit the slots.
I might be the least
I would pull
degen of the
degen on
bunch.
that one.
Yeah, Josh is the guy who just dropped 0.21 on a bunch of stuff. He did that, Bearded told him to buy, and he bought it. So, congrats.
Well,
One of it's pumping.
there
So,
was some discussion. I didn't just go, hey, go buy this. Okay.
sure. Okay.
This is why
so,
Josh never
guys
has
are just-
liquid.
What?
Josh never has liquid, and this is why.
It burns holes in my pockets, or
his cups have all of his cups have
wallet.
holes in them. They just go straight through.
Well, if you're just
So, yeah,
joining
we-
us, we
So
are
who runs the barn wallet?
me.
Multi-signature.
We all have a lot.
We're talking
That was
about
my
the guy that
idea from the beginning, anyways. Just
No idea.
hold me back,
Oh.
boys. Yeah, before we jump into this dev blog, we will be giving away a chicken that's been donated by the Chicken Derby team. That will be going on a little later. Also, we'll be doing a wheel spin for the 548 Holders Club. Anybody that's bought one previous to this, you can previous and while during the show, I guess, right? During the show.
Yeah.
You get you added to the wheel. And also, there's a little deal going on. The next 20 NFTs of our barns that get sold, the number was 22. We are at 20. The next 20 sales will be thrown into their own wheel, and we're giving away 2 barns to those individuals.
Yeah, as soon as we get our benchmark of 100 sales, where those 22 will have their own little wheel spin for a shot at it. So
a couple people could buy a barn and get a barn.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty good deal.
Yeah, we're gonna keep finding ways to make sure that those of you that have jumped on early have some more shots at it, because we really appreciate you. And then some little ways here and there to have some fun. And a little later, right before we give away that dev bird or start that up, we have another announcement about a bit of a milestone of a bird we're going to give away that we got in our back pocket. So until then, dev blog.
Yeah. So dev blog. Excuse me. Hey, all ready for another chicken update? Yes, we are. Starting with the best news, they succeeded running 20 races, which we went over with the private beta testers, and over 200 chickens ran earlier today, and they paid out about $400 in prize money. The serious issue was the results page, which we kind of went over, and that's kind of just them detailing that there. The updates that they've got, you notice some changes were made to the race UI. There's a mute music button in the corner. Thank you.
Yeah,
never
touching
touching
the song or anything, but when you
Never
hear
touching it
20 times, I don't know. Well, if I'm at work too, don't have to mute it. But improve the security on the admin portal. They completed a server move fully. It sounds like they fixed a floating point error for prize pool of races. Added the refresh button to the site. Yes, that's the most clutch thing. Fixed a bug with my chickens only toggle on the results page. Races on the scheduled page are ordered in the soonest to start at the top, and the various performance improvements. Let's see. This is a mock-up of the first Chicken Derby marketplace with a bunch of Wilburs.
I like that it kind of resembles OpenSea because it doesn't make the learning curve too crazy, but is very clean. And,
Very much,
obviously,
yeah.
I'll be honest. I
thought
I skipped right over this because I thought it was an OpenSea listing. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this.
But you know what? I mean, it's very simple, but I just love the fact that there's the talent and the perfection right there, because that's the most annoying part about surfing the market on OpenSea is just you have to have the exact right kind of filters put in to make sure you're grabbing what you want. And now that there's names, I can't do the whole guessing what the number is anymore. So yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, if anyone would like a bald chicken named Wilbur, there's plenty up on the market sheet there. They're still refining the functionality and design of the marketplace, so this isn't final. Once open beta is active and stable enough, the devs will start developing this, and the talents too, of course. Speaking of talents, here is the second half of the helicopter.
Hold on a second, real quick. So that almost sounds like they will start developing this and talents too, of course. So marketplace and talents around the same time. We were speculating on when they were going to roll out.
Yeah.
Is that they seem pretty close, according to that statement.
Well, they could both be working on. They could have people working on them at the same time, and their end result might not be aligned. But you never know.
True.
I have to imagine once racing's live and open and they're confident with the way that's moving, then a lot of this stuff could really start, exponentially jumping in marketplace. I mean,
When
get us off OpenSea, please. Just please,
When?
just get us off there. I mean, I had a interesting idea that I actually threw into suggestions. There was a little bit of an uproar about 0.05 Sarama that was purchased today from a bid, and it's annoying. It's annoying to see that happen. And some people were frustrated, and some people were talking it out. And we were kind of just like saying, like, yeah, we kind of wish there was just a more like formal or concrete way to do these kind of bids, so it's not just spam bids or to try to hold the bots off. And I think it was Blake that's not you, Blake, the other Blake.
Yeah. The other Blake. Yeah, better Blake. What? That kept Okay.
That's
damn.
It's a alliteration. I'm a sucker for him. And he called it, he said flash sales. And I was like, yeah, it's the idea to be able to do like a 5 to 10 minute quick sale and be like, set a minimum price and then make it just a bid process.
Well, that's like how they have it on like, I don't know, any Madden, or like we were talking early on, right? Mm-hmm. We speculated about this early on, about the crossovers between like some of these other games that we played in the past. That reminds me of like the Madden marketplace, where there's a time limit on it, right?
Yeah. You literally set, and that's the thing, you can set like a 3-hour time limit right now on OpenSea, but you can't set a like, I need liquidity now. And
it's not, and it doesn't really differentiate, I guess, if you're searching by that, but it would be cool to actually see that maybe in a separate window on the page, that
to have its own spot. Absolutely. 100% have its own spot where you can hit and go to it, and there's listings or people just dropped in right there. You can call them flash sales or whatever you want to call them.
Or even another cool thing too, maybe if this might be too much work, but they could host a daily chicken that was for sale and show it off on there, and like make it to where it's profiled on the front of the page. There's things they can do to move the marketplace,
Possibly,
move things within the market.
Make it fun. Dutch auction, like Bob Jerry just mentioned.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Ways to just make it so. Yeah, right. Ways to make it so you can have your liquidity when you need it, and people have a shot against the mass bidding and the bot bids and whatnot. And not to mention, 5-minute timer. There's going to be a lot of people paying attention to this marketplace. You put a 5-minute timer up, you put a Sarama like that one was, and you put a minimum bid of 0.05. I guarantee you, even today, even if that was in place today, when things aren't really like, the marketplace is definitely heating up, but we're not at the point where, it's just going crazy. But you just look at the marketplace today. I bet you that Sarama would have sold for at least 0.15. Just from people seeing that and be like, yeah, I want that. So I would love to see that for holders. If you're a holder and you want to make sure that when you want to get out, you can get out, but you can also get out for a decent price, and you don't have to just accept the liquidity offers that are low ball. I like it. I like it a lot. I've suggested, put it in suggestions. And I think
it also helps those people too that aren't as deep into the game as we are. For that somebody that owns just 1 or 2 chickens that they're just not into it. They could do something like that where they don't have to worry about and know every minutia of the floors like we know.
I think having any type of filtering system on the marketplace where you could sort by ranking or sort by whatever you want, as far as on that, your flash sale page, you could sort it, like you said, the higher profile birds would be on top. Well, if they set it up to where it was ranked, if it's set or with a ranking system or something, you sort by ranked birds, and the top ranked bird would be at the top. And
maybe that's where Blake's thing about like the chicken highlight thing comes into play. Like that's how it is. It's like an automated thing.
Or maybe it's just like this bird's won so many races. Like this bird's for sale, right? He's got 20% win percent, whatever.
Yeah. I would like it to be something that's automated. That way it doesn't feel like that OpenSea problem where they pick and choose what ends up on the front page and gets pumped. But as long as
only
it's
the
automated.
worthy ones.
Win live chicken auctions.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bob
is the auctioneer.
Not 20. Now how many don't know? Not 40 in the back there.
like it's simple, but Bob Jerry said it's in the best interest for Chicken Derby with
Yeah.
whatever percentage of royalties they're going to want. Like,
course.
Yeah.
set the market properly, have things sold properly, because in the end, we can be frustrated. Yep, couldn't hold that one back. We can be frustrated by the fact that someone is selling a Serrano for 0.05, and we can also be frustrated that there's people that have just a ton of time, and the one thing they do is they just sit there and either bot bid, have a bot that does it, or do it themselves. But in the end, like, it is just a marketplace. It's going to do what it's going to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, but there is things you can do about it if you put in tools that make it more fun. And they already are doing it with the trades. They already want to put that in there. I think it's kind of a mechanic that they can just kind of build off of that into some kind of auction setup. And I think that would be one of like the craziest places to be on a daily basis on the marketplace.
Oh yeah. I mean, Sniper Haven.
Yeah.
If it did all the work for you, you didn't have to go and search for them. It just popped in
Right there.
Flash
sales. It's like when Live Token went live for Top Shot, and like it went insane. They got that was like an insane version of it, but yeah.
Insomniac watching the sales. Oh, Four Flame.
Okay. To the helicopter town here.
Yeah, the second animation, the first one we got was months back, was actually just the helicopter, but now you can see the chicken jumping up, grabbing the ladder that's supposed to be there, and spinning around and launching a rocket. Now, I think what would be funny is if this rocket just like whizzed off and launched up into the air and disappeared, and then just like came down out of nowhere.
Just nosedived onto a chicken. Yeah.
Don't know who it's
you have no idea where it's going.
You even have like the other chickens like running, looking up, like waiting to see who's
Or
gonna
you
hit.
could even see the
Some of
like
them cover their head.
the
The
radar
exhausted eyes
signal.
pop open, like, oh.
When it impacts, like the rest of them
Sorry.
Anyway, we have
Yeah.
too much fun with that.
Speaking of that helicopter town, gonna be nice to see that robot helicopter you got there, Wally. What are you talking about? That white beak robot dropping
I'm
that
pretty sure I
helicopter.
asked Dad for that bird about 6 times.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We went with the Sultan instead. It's good. It's good, Josh. That's good.
Yeah, there are 30 Sultan and Sarama robots, and we own one of them. And Josh is over here kicking up a tantrum because he couldn't
White
have
beak
2
helicopter.
robots.
What's that one? I want that one too.
White beak helicopter. Anyway.
Damn it, Dad.
Anyway.
We have a robot at home, Josh.
I want another one, but it's not this one. I'm kidding. Yeah, hanging on to the helicopter there, but it looks that's separate animation, as I just said. Generally, the talent will either speed your chicken up or slow other chickens down. Helicopter is one of the few that does both, giving you an airlift while firing a missile at the same time to some unsuspecting victim. Finally, in Metaverse news, one thing they're excited about is the crews having their own clubhouse where only their crew members can go. These will be very customizable with a variety of different assets you can add both inside and out to decorate them. The new artist we hired last week has been working on the coloring, the different pieces that can be added, and here's a simple sample of them.
Can we trademark our clubhouse?
Blake's always like a step ahead. Like,
Can I import my own
You're the trademark.
logos? Can
When
I import my
tie-dye?
own art?
Yeah.
Can I color it
I
myself?
don't want anybody to copy the clubhouse.
I like
gotta
this.
be.
This is just simple little stuff inside the clubhouse. Little piano, foosball table, vanity stuff, fish tank,
Table of knives.
table of knives.
Table of
That's
knives,
where the
yeah.
machete chickens hang out, I assume. And then some just different clubhouse variations here.
Every grown adult should have a table of knives.
There's a
somewhere in
beer
their
one
house.
here on the left, a little satellite guy. The rocket ship, probably going to be a little mech on the end. Yeah, these are pretty cool. And they look
Lovely.
clean.
Can
That's
these
everything.
artists also work on developing, please? Stop arting.
Quit.
Appreciate that. Sorry. I'm being
I'm
being a
Draw. You
jerk.
better tell him about what artists do.
They work really hard. Leave them alone, Tyler.
Sorry, guys.
That's
Some
everything
people
for-
color, other
Did
people
you
do
see
useful
that they
things.
said that they're the new artists that they just recently hired that they put onto this? So everybody else is doing their jobs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
towers,
Go on.
whatever. They're accessories, but you saw the different variations, Fledge.
Hey, get it right,
Same
Josh.
thing. Yeah, sorry.
Fletch should run the show for us, not you.
So yeah, they were happy that we were able to do some races. The feedback they got was great. For those who missed out, come back in an hour. That's when we
Racing
got to
in
go
an hour?
racing.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing.
What?
Don't tease everybody.
This is a
When?
test.
When?
This is only a test.
It is the middle of the night in Europe. Do not get excited.
Do not get excited. Sorry. Well, that was the dev blog. I think it's time. Maybe. What do you think, Tyler? Should we start the chicken giveaway?
Yeah, it looks like we got it. I'm a semantic arsehole. Yes. Thank you for your self-awareness, Fudge.
When?
Don't worry about it. All right. Yeah, I will get this dev chicken set up. Now, as always, this one is open to the public, and anyone that is in the the Coop Collective Discord. So we dropped that link in the chat a little bit earlier. We can probably drop it one more time. Make sure you're in the Coop Collective Discord to get your hand on this one. It'll be in the giveaways tab, which is just underneath the information section. And I'm going to start that up right now. We're going to do about a 15 minutes on this one. Sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So y'all
Sounds
that
good
are
to me.
hanging around, hit that up. And let me just see if I can remember how to do this.
Yeah, and I'll let you know once he's got it up. I'm watching the giveaway channel. While he's doing that, I guess we could probably do a little self-shill, yeah?
Self-shill.
A little
Shill it.
self-shill.
4.0.
What are we shilling?
4.0.
Actually, you know what?
1000
I'm going to
floor.
do something that we haven't done in a long time.
Commercial break?
Oh.
Yeah, I think we could do a commercial break. So we're
For
going
what?
to pause 30.
Now we're really shilling.
Hey. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Do you see that smooth caramel being made right there? I usually don't do this, but this project I found is going to the moon. If you're not bullish on Shotwell Candy Company, baby, you're not gonna make it. Shotwell Candy Company. Eat caramel, be awesome. Cock Talk 20. Do it.
Oh, yeah. Go get yourself some of that smooth caramel.
Do
Cock
it.
Talk 20, I believe, is still alive. Get yourself 20% off
more.
any order of
Woo!
Shotwell Candy.
Quickly. 22.
Yeah, giveaway is
I
live,
need to
folks, at
re-up.
the giveaway channel.
Some butter,
I
some
saw that baby
unicorns.
huh?
Some butters in there, some unicorns.
Yeah,
I'm liking
some
the unicorns.
But are there
You
any
know.
Chads?
Where the Chads?
Oh,
Where are the Chads? Chad for luck.
you need the Chonky Boys for luck.
Chonk is.
There they are.
Yeah,
Get his brothers up there. There he
Yeah,
is.
they're in there.
I saw an animated Chad the other day.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
See the helicopter?
He was a swinging Chad.
who's a swinging Chad?
Better than a hanging one.
Or dangling one.
Yeah, hanging Chad's no fun.
Politics. Nope, not doing that. Moving
Not
on.
doing that. All right, so that giveaway ends at 9:58 p.m. If you're just getting here, jump into our Discord, hit that giveaway channel, and make sure you react.
Yeah,
To
or
that.
10:58 in a proper time zone.
Sure, 9:58 in mine. Proper time zone. Y'all wake up way too early. Yeah, so what you're looking at here is the old Coop Collective 548 NFT. We launched this baby last week. We've got we think it's a pretty decent roadmap as far as what we want to achieve for the 548 NFT holders.
Sell it,
that
Josh.
we'll
It's a
eventually
fantastic
have.
roadmap.
It is.
It's a beautiful roadmap.
It's
Well,
the best
let
value
me
for
say
your money
this.
out there.
Yes.
From that 58 owners right there, the birds that we have so far is an unbelievable steal for the chances at that amount of birds that you get with the
Yeah.
quality.
Sexy season is going to be wild.
Mhm. I mean, when the
When
barn's
breeding.
full, 50 birds going up into stud, and you've
Not
got
sure
a
how I feel
chance at
about
each of them.
Dad saying sexy season, but we'll go with it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Sexy
Dad does talk about
time.
chicken sex a lot.
I think I need a now somebody has to come up with a picture of a bird holding a sign that says sexy season.
Sexy
boy.
season.
when sexy season.
When?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. deal.
So what you do, if you're in our Discord, you can head to the announcements or the NFT details. I'm sure the links are in there. You can head to our sales page. We do have a lookalike out there. They only have 3 of the 4 NFTs listed.
No sales
so don't
yet.
buy from that person.
If you don't see 1,000 ETH floor, it's not.
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah,
1,000
exactly.
ETH
That's
floor. Yeah.
trademark.
If make sure it's owned by Coop Collective Official. Drop a 0.05 bid on it, and we will add you to the 548. And yeah, you can get in on all the exciting things that we plan to do once this baby starts taking off.
Yeah, at the moment we have ourselves our Sultan robot, aforementioned. We have the breeding pair of black chickens that we may have some interesting plans for down the line. We've been talking some stuff out. It all depends on what breeding gives us. If breeding gives if 2 black chickens gives us a black chicken, then we'll have to think about some stuff. So, it's something we're proud of. It's something where we can't wait to just see this thing move out. We're so happy for the people that have already got in, and we've locked in our core, our major core, including 2 more that we grabbed just recently. Right, Josh?
What did we buy
have
this
those?
week?
We have those ones to pull up.
I will get that in a second.
Yeah, we found ourselves some. Didn't quite get the deal that Wally got. As he found us the most ridiculous deal on a alien-eyed Lake and Velder moving walkway. But yeah, really happy to have that. And we're going to keep mixing up these traits the best we can to make sure that we have everything. And we really do want to have a little bit of everything, whether or not you are low on cosmetics in your coop, or you're low on talents, or you didn't get any Saramas, or however you looked at it. We want to have a little bit of everything that we can mix in there, so you guys can have your shots to breed with them and get some chickens from it.
Yeah, or even if you have some high-end chickens that you're missing a certain cosmetic.
Yeah.
You got alien eyes, want to breed with
I think it was Fledge that put out the a tweet that I retweeted where it was a black chicken with a little alien eye.
No,
I'm sorry, not alien.
No,
robot.
robot eye.
Robot.
Hey,
Red
but the
robot eye.
alien eye
Talked about
black
this
chicken.
months ago.
Hey,
Yeah.
The black
an
robot.
alien eye black chicken would be pretty legit too. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh,
An
alien
all
eye
black,
robot?
all
Oh my
Poseidon
God.
owns one
Alien
that's
eye?
so clean. The alien-eyed black. Like it's my favorite bird in the game.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
he would have to
want
live
it.
in my
Want
barn.
more.
I suppose it's
Want
got
more of
the.
them.
Does it have the black comb and wattle too? So it's like all jet black. That would be pretty.
Oh, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, I think it's full black.
That's
Boy.
awesome.
It's a black with alien eyes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, really?
So
and
yeah,
it's a
you're
black
seeing,
comb and a wattle?
on the screen here,
No
we've
way.
got some 12 chooks so far added to the stud barn. The number we're aiming for is around 50 plus.
Upon a sellout. Yep.
But yeah, so far so good. We just recently added these guys.
There's Whamola. You guys were talking about this on the Cuppy episode 8/29/21. Thanks. Our archive.
Statistician.
Yeah, he's deep in the archives right now.
It's
awesome.
In Cock Talk history.
He's gone back pre-Dave.
No,
Don't
I
overthink
do
it,
believe
Christian
I remember
McCaffrey.
saying, can you imagine a chicken running around with robot legs or a
Yeah.
robot eye or the chest plate or something? Just
Piecing
only
them
that.
together.
Yep, just pieced together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the most recent purchase was this guy, I believe, the lizard eye Leckenvelder, added to the barn. Nice little grab.
That
Yeah,
poor
we got a
lizard
nice,
did
That
not
guy
belong on
shouldn't
the
have been on
floor.
the floor. No. 93.
He was lower than a 90 dork, and it's just like, no,
Excuse me. Sorry.
Ooh, a striped orange with fangs does not exist. That's Fledge's breeding
Really?
goals there.
not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
Put
Yes.
some fangs and an eye
Fledge,
patch
I
on that
think you
bad
need-
boy.
I think you need my
Boy.
bird
Yeah.
to get that going, that
Mhm.
action.
I think Fledge might have the breeding pair for it already.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. I know, I'm just teasing.
Oh, it's breaking. Broken sea at it again.
Oh man.
Checking your browser.
I'll get it back.
Get out of here. There's no black lizard eyes though. Oh, okay. There we go, Bob Jerry.
Really?
That
Oh,
would be
now we're
nice,
looking
too.
up what
Ooh.
birds aren't in the game. Okay.
Yeah. Now we're looking
mean,
them up.
That's going to be the fun of breeding, right? Like
Mhm.
there
Trying
are
to create those
there
one
are
of ones.
one of ones that don't exist yet.
But here's
without
also what's
having
going to
even
happen in
combine like
breeding,
four
too.
things.
you're also going to see different color comb and wattles. So
Yeah,
your breeding could go completely sideways as well.
I know. No, I still believe like that we may never see the combo again. The double combo.
The original.
Unless it's bred correctly with the same
maybe.
color combo.
I guess
So
if it's yeah,
if
But
you
if
take a
lineage
red-
is any
doppelgangers-
factor, it could pull a lineage from before,
Yeah, but I mean, I still feel like that's the calling card of the spicy chicken is that it's the matching comb and waddle. Like, I
Mhm.
think that'd be cool. I have no idea if that'll be the way it is, but I think that'd just be a cool.
So,
way to do it.
so if you have both parents that have red comb and wattles, let's say, you think it pretty much guarantees a red comb and wattle baby?
Well, that's the thing I was talking with Josh. If they're spicy and they have nothing else in their past, then
Mhm.
can something come from nothing? I don't know. I guess that'll come down to it. If it's that simple, then I guess. But
Well,
you know,
yeah,
when
that's
Do our
how the-
chickens have recessive genes?
yeah, I mean they might.
That's why I'm
these-
saying
Do
the
our
lineage.
chickens have ancestors that we are unknown?
I would
That's
think
we don't
these
know.
wouldn't, because I would think these would be just the straight pure spicy chicken. And
Sure.
like
Where?
I was like what
Where
sparked
are
the
their parents?
conversation was I asked Tyler, I was like, I mean, you have to imagine a black chicken mating with another black chicken is going to make a black chicken. I mean, how would it not? Especially a spicy. I mean, I don't know down the road. If you get lucky down in the road when you mix
But-
and breed.
so
and get a
think about
black,
this.
You never know. But
Take 4 black chickens, you pull them together, right? You breed 2 over here, 2 over here. They have 2 black babies, right? If you breed them together, you would essentially, what you're saying is still have another 3rd generation black baby, right?
you'd think so.
Should be, yeah. I mean,
Because you've
I-
only
But if
got
it's
black chicken
that,
genetics.
is it that?
because that's the thing they did talk about, doing
Because
these
couldn't
properly.
you then
and
just
they-
breed those 2 black chickens over and over and over again and create as many black chicken? You'd have
But
a
there's-
black chicken factory.
You got a supply problem. How many people can even afford to own a pair of black
There's
chickens
only
to
100
continue?
of them.
But that's
to-
my point. So if one person or a handful of people, if all 4 of us, we were just talking earlier, like there's 10 robot white beaks, right?
beaks.
What if all of those were owned by us? We could literally have a white beak robot factory if we wanted it. That
It would depend
and only hold
on-
it and control the marketplace on that. If that was that easy. You see,
Yeah, if you had the 20 ETH to go get all 10 of them, then you
Right.
kind of
that's my point.
more
some people
power
might.
to you,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
Well, maybe.
I'm
Waddle
just
at the
saying
end.
from a standpoint of if you're taking 2 spicy chickens for what they're worth, they're the Genesis, the first ever, and you have 2 blacks and you breed them, and then those 2 blacks breed and have, I would assume that if you kept the lineage clean, that it would carry on. But then if you again, there's only 100 of these, so if most people aren't going to have a pair like that, so if you take your English mustard Dorking and breed it with the black chicken, but it comes out a black chicken, maybe when you breed it down the road, it's got that recessed gene of the
Yep.
English mustard. It might pop
could.
out English mustard. You
Right.
you know what I mean? That's where
Yep.
it starts to get hairy down the road
Yeah.
because all of the mixtures and everything. It might
What
be
I'm
easy on the
hearing-
surface right away with all the spices, but once you start breeding down the line, I would think it's going to get much
Mhm.
more convoluted, and you don't know what you're going to get.
So real quick, we got 4 minutes left on the developer chicken. Go into the Coop Collective Discord, into the giveaways channel, and go ahead and hit that first emote there to enter the celebratory emote to enter. And we are just about coming down to the wire there. That's going to be cool.
The other,
If that's,
the other
if that's
thing I
the
would-
case,
The
Oh,
other
go ahead.
thing I was talking to Tyler about was if the black chicken, you bred a black chicken with, say, the English mustard, but it came out in English mustard, but maybe it's got the black beak. Or maybe it comes out of black, but it's got a normal beak.
A la carte. Just
I'm gonna
pulls
say
the horses,
this.
yeah.
Beak,
if you have a
white
dork
beak.
and you're breeding with the black yourself, I think you're devaluing the black chicken.
Well, that's an interesting part of it, isn't it? Like that was
But
like
how would-
without shilling it again, like that was a basis of our stud barn. It's just like it's going to be difficult to get to
Because
the
I
black
think
chickens and the
lineage is going to
robots.
be a factor that's going to be looked at whenever we're talking about what spices are the best ones to buy in the future. When breeding happens, you're going to look and say, okay, this bird's bred 5 stud birds, right? That's going to make it worth more. If you've got a dork that's in there, you're going to lower. And I mean, of course, the black chicken could be a dork as well. So
I mean, you're not
at the end of the day,
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's gonna happen regardless. I feel like I mean, there's.
I
don't
think
feel like
I think
there's any
what we're
control
saying
over
though
that.
is it's gonna keep a lot of the lineages tighter together.
Well,
And
yeah,
like,
and
I think you're
Smarter
gonna see
breeding will do
high,
it, yeah.
like you were saying before, kind of like with our breeding barn, right? You're gonna see those with alien eyes are probably only gonna breed with something that they're gonna get another upgrade on, a stripe,
Unless
or a
that
white
person owns the
beak, or
alien
a-
eye just
a
wants,
black, or a
unless the stud just wants to make the money and they'll take the highest bidder. So that's where it gets messy too, is that
That's
like how
just
much
it.
are you going to throw it
if
out
you
there?
had, imagine you had the alien eye, you got your coop, right? Throw in whatever you got. I doubt you're gonna start breeding one of your top end birds with one of the rarest traits with just your random bottom of your barrel coop birds.
Hey, if
Well, I
someone
won't
comes
know.
at me with
But-
one ETH and they've
but that's
got
the
a
thing.
90
Yeah.
Dorking
That's a good
that
point.
wants to
I don't
breed
plan
with
on
my
it.
bird,
Yeah, if the markets, yeah.
yeah,
That's the thing.
Sure.
Whatever that's the thing. How are you going to get your hands on some of these really tough ones if you don't have the ETH for it? Like that's the
Mhm.
crazy part, is that there's only
But is-
100 robots and 100 black chickens. So it's like,
Well, this
how do you get
leads
your
me
hands
back
on
to
it?
our coop, because if it is, or our barn, if
Yeah.
things are held tight to the vest, right? If it's hard to breed with these certain rare chickens, again, that's just another advantage that our barn is going to give you.
Yep.
The ability to do that at a minimum
Mhm.
cost.
Under a
Because
minute.
you have to think how many people are even in a position to own 2 robots,
Right.
or 2 blacks. It's
Yeah.
very
Not
few.
many,
So even if like
unless you minted and
So-
got lucky.
Yeah, so Wally's got his robot now, but he's got to find someone else who's willing to kind of play ball with him. And maybe they trade cycles where one gets the offspring one
Mhm.
month and the other gets the offspring the next cycle. And you can work out an arrangement like that. But you think as we get more deep pocketed people into the game buying up the highest end birds, you will see more and more of those genetics just get locked away from the average
Right.
user.
Yeah,
You're not going to be able to touch some of those genetics. And that's a fundamental principle of why we did a stud barn.
and that's
that-
even more of a factor if the breeding turns out like we were saying. If it's like normal genetic breeding, like if you breed the all black, 2 all black chickens, you're not going to get a red comb and waddle out
Oh,
of nowhere.
come on.
Come on.
Oh,
Pledge.
Pledge.
It's set up.
Congrats.
It's a setup.
Rigged.
It's whoever
It's
talks
rigged.
most in the chat. That's
No.
who gets it. No.
Kidding. Way to go, bud. Congrats.
Awesome, Fledge. We'll make sure we get that over to you, my man. Nice win.
Now, which was the lucky one that he hit? Did he hit the butter?
how many different reactions did you post, Fledge?
Tell us your
Did you hit a
secrets now.
Chad for luck?
Tell him the alpha. Come on.
Oh, I can look.
Oh, that's awesome. That's ridiculous. Nice job, buddy.
No.
That's what you get for all the abuse.
Great. That's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
Congrats, bud. Yeah, just I agree with Blake and you guys. I mean, the likelihood of having, 1 to even 2 a black chicken or a robot is not, it's very slim pickings, and that's just what we're trying to provide with our stud barn. You'll get 50 chances or however, once we fill it, to get a breed. So I think it's I don't know. I love the idea.
You do know, Josh.
I do know.
You do know. Have conviction.
I just love how we get 50 races on Friday and now we're all like, let's go on to breeding.
Yeah, breeding.
I know, yeah.
When
Let's go.
breeding?
Moving
Win.
on.
Well, I
I'll
think
say it
that,
will.
I'm done with racing already. When
Yeah.
breeding?
some steady races will at least make that time frame to breeding seem a lot shorter than us just sitting on our hands checking
Right.
Discord over and over.
And listen, if we get on roadmap and basically have open beta in the next, let's just say 1 to 2 weeks, even if we're a week behind roadmap and it takes a week into February, then we can have, like, you're looking at breeding kind of in that March window still, because there's, they're back on course for the roadmap. And I think that's where, if this thing takes off in the next month or two, like the supply listed on the market is
Yeah.
only like 12% of the birds. That dries up fast.
And we've been, obviously with the things just taking their time and the market kind of downturning, we haven't talked marketplace much, but we wanted to stay away from talking marketplace too much just because we don't want to affect it. We do know that sometimes when we talk about the market or talk about certain birds, they do get grabbed here and there. We don't really want to have that effect. But one thing that is worth mentioning is that that floor is moving up. It's been pressing up against 0.04 for a couple of days now. Nothing really stays down there too often. And you're starting to see it heat up just a little bit. And that was just 50 races. That was it. Like, this isn't meant to trivialize or like any kind of I told you so crap or anything like that. But you just saw the sentiment change very quickly once we saw, wow, those are 50 races. They ran really well. They ran quickly. Yes, there's one bug with the results. Hopefully we see that taken care of quickly, but the races were good. There was no people hanging on getting in and out of races, which was huge. It was, if you were not in the race, it kicked you out immediately. You could try again. And you kind of saw some people, like all of a sudden there were new faces showing up. All of a sudden there were, even the flippers were like showing up and starting to see it. So, once this thing starts really grabbing on, we've had a lot of people tell us, yeah, I've got these friends, that friends that are going to get in once we see open. It could start really heating up very quickly. And all of our bags that we've packed so neatly.
Well, we saw what one whale run does to the market, right? Imagine when racing and everything like that's going. I think you're going to see maybe not to that extent from one person, but multiple people, maybe chunks at a time, go on a chicken splurge.
Absolutely.
Sure.
A lot of these floors, and I mean, we've been shopping for the stud barn, so we've been looking at so many of them, are just razor thin. Like if there's something you have your eye on, like it can be 4 or 5 birds before that floor runs away when you're talking about some of the slightly more rare talents or the more rare body types or anything. And even when you look at Saramas, it's like just over 200 between 90 and 95 perfection are listed, let alone listed at like reasonable prices.
Now
that goes away fast.
Now, the one thing that's worth bringing up that is absolutely a possibility is that once there is true liquidity on the market, you see a bunch of people all of a sudden flood in to get their liquidity. So there could be a little bit of a time frame there where you just see it go up and it can't catch up. Like the sales are flying, but the floor doesn't catch up because people have now seen a shot to either liquidate and get out or liquidate and move up, because at that, those same people that are trying to sell some of these birds are also looking at some amazing birds that are available. So patience, obviously. I wouldn't, Whammo was asking, like, what do you guys honestly think the floor will be around racing and breeding? And like, I'm not sure. I mean, Tigger said 0.07. I think that's pretty fair. I think it's a pretty fair guess. Floor stuff is still going to stay there where it is. But, especially when, when Cuppy did his spree and everyone ran in, it got close to 0.1, but the higher end stuff was flying and extremely expensive. And you couldn't get a regular Sarama for under 0.4. So and it got even to the point where even if you wanted a 93, it was like 0.6, 0.7. So
and I don't
should come back.
And I don't think a 0.1 floor should be something that we look at all that longingly, at least not in the short term. I think we want to see a healthy growth in the number of wallets, and we want to see the volume of the market start to just really get moving, so that the people who do want to get liquid have that opportunity. People who want to buy in are actually having birds kind of available. There's a turnover for the people who want to sit there and watch the market all day. A market that's just stagnant doesn't do really anyone any services. That's when you get into, well, I went down to 0.039. The next guy is going to go down to 0.038. And then you get a, your floor just slowly erodes that way. But when the market's alive, that just doesn't happen. You
just set it at the floor and walk away and it's gone. Yeah. Very true.
It's like, if you want to undercut, that's great. It'll be gone.
I feel attacked. Oh, Wally.
Yeah. What happened?
Wally in the chat feels attacked.
The Sarama flipper.
Yeah. That Sarama floor is.
And look what he has now.
That one jumps to 0.5 real fast.
Point one is okay, maybe for a spicy floor in the
Right,
future.
right.
Once there's
The breeding will
and all
change that. Yeah,
You
I was
know.
going to say that. Yeah,
Maybe even higher, I would imagine, as
All depends,
more
yeah.
generations. But
all
Yeah,
depends. Yeah.
And when we have 10,000 wallets, my opinion on where the floor should sit might sound a little bit different than I do now,
Right,
right?
sure.
But we need to get users onboarded.
well, now's a
Yeah,
great
we-
time still, right? It's still
Mhm.
is about as cheap as the drops were, right?
And if open beta is 2 weeks away, like now is an extra great time. You don't even have to pack your bags and hold them for 6
Right.
months.
exactly.
Yeah, the last
Mhm.
mint was 0.042. We are sitting at a 0.04.
104 just about.
Yep.
It's just oscillating just back and forth right now.
Yeah, and I mean we're what episode 29 with we took-
29. How about that?
Mhm.
Wow.
Half a year of chickens.
Over.
that's with like 1 week off or something. So that's like
Yeah.
30 weeks since the first mint. So a lot of us
Ridiculous. Yeah.
and people watching are 30 weeks in now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a
When you say it
long
like
bag
that,
to hold for the
Dave.
NFT space. Yeah, it's been a long bag to hold, but
That's
it's
30 years in the NFT space.
yeah, but we know
That
what
means
it's
we
been
have
for
some
a while.
experience.
Yeah, we've been through like 2 bear markets.
You know, we've seen it go up, seen it go down, seen it back up.
Okay, so before we get to our final giveaway of the night, where we'll be giving away one of our Coop Collective 548 NFTs to the holders, we just wanted to announce that little thing I teased earlier, a milestone that when we reach it, we have something we want to give away. Once again, this community is amazing. There are some awesome people that just reach out to us and want to help out. And JOS Kent Street has a nice little coop, and he said, when I get to a certain number of birds, I want to give one away. So, but he always wanted, he was like, man, I want to try to give it away to either a new wallet or something. I don't want to do it on Twitter where it just gets kind of attacked. And, you know, he's one of the premier for Barn HOdLEers right now. Thank you very much. And he decided to give to the Coop Collective a bird to give away. And that bird isn't just any bird. And to this point, to my knowledge, I don't believe a Sarama has been given away yet.
Oh, spoilies.
We'll be giving away a Sarama when the 548 NFT sells out.
Yep.
So once we get to that day, once we get to our final sellout, we'll be giving away this pretty little chicken. And it's not just the 92, and I believe it's a dig, right?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
it is a dig. So, yes, an uncommon.
Yeah, he didn't want us to make a big deal about him, but huge shout out. This is cool. Like, this is exactly the kind of stuff, you know, be able to give back and whatnot. And we love to be able to part of this. You know, it's awesome. We're going to be giving away a Sarama at some point. And it's going to be the first time we use the giveaway mechanic for the full 548. Well, it won't be 548 yet because we have a few more giveaways. We'll probably hold a couple of those giveaways away, but this will be on the giveaway bot, just as we did the developer chicken. And if your number comes up, you get this Sarama, and it'll be our first one we give
Yep.
away as soon as
This
thing
is a
goes-
holder only
goes high.
giveaway, right?
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, if you hold one, you'll be in this giveaway.
You'll
So,
have-
yeah,
And
we'll be
that's
giving
when
away
they sell
Sarama.
out. 500.
Yeah,
Not
for
what
each
they
one you
love.
hold, you have a 1 in 500 chance of winning this Sarama Mama.
It's not. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a tough one, but it's a Sarama, and that's cool. It's a spicy Sarama being given away.
It's a
I don't
good
think
look
I've
at
seen
the
it yet.
beauty eyes. Got a pink
Beauty
cone
eyes,
waddle,
92
nice
dig,
looking
yeah.
hen.
Awesome,
Yeah.
really cool stuff. Yeah, so we're just thrilled that the community is like this and just wants to reach out and help us
Yeah.
and do this kind of stuff and just grow the community. He just wanted to make sure it got into the hands of someone who appreciated it. And if you're buying a sub NFT for an NFT, I think you're pretty invested in
Yeah.
that NFT. So
Yeah,
Um,
I agree, Tyler. It's pretty cool. You know, he said once he hit a certain threshold, he wanted to do something like this to kind of to pay it forward, pay it back into the community and everything. And yeah, big shout out, dude's awesome.
yeah, so just this, we'll keep this one in our back pocket. And you literally just already sent it to us, so it's sitting in the Coop Collective official wallet, and it's just hanging out there. So yeah, we're gonna be moving this along, and you know, obviously, we knew this would be a bit of a slow roll. We released this thing during kind of a ridiculous time, Like, it
Probably
was-
at the lowest of lows.
yeah, and that's okay.
Morale
Like,
was bad.
But
Yeah,
We
not
had-
great.
we were expecting that too, though. So
Right,
going
yeah.
in, we so part of this natural progression that we've kind of developed, even with the Coop Collective from the beginning, everything's been kind of organic as far as we've done it. So
Let it come
we were
to
like,
us.
why not? We've got a hardcore group of early followers that we can, honor and have them take a part of this and right from the get-go. So we can build it as we go is kind of the idea.
Yeah, and we had no delusions that we were going to sell this thing out when
No.
the market. It wasn't even
God, no.
a steady day.
But we
of
will
pricing
eventually.
in a month, but right away, of course. But I've been thinking to myself, once that chicken floor starts looking at 0.05, then all of a sudden the 0.05 for this bad boy starts to look a little more tempting. So
Especially when you see the roster so far. I mean,
yeah, it's a nice roster. Yeah, we're showing hard this time, but we're proud of this thing. We
Well,
really
and
are.
especially like I've said this before, but if somebody comes in, they've only got, a 3 or 4 bird coop. This makes you want to buy a 0.05 chicken or have a chance to breed your 3 or 4 chickens with these 12 studs we have so far, or 11.
soon to be
however many
50
we're
at sellout.
Yeah.
And not just the stud barn. Like we want to build the community around it. And that's why we're talking like tournaments. We'll have all sorts of trash talk to go with that. It'll be lots of fun. Poker nights, other things just to keep people engaged and having fun.
And
like
speaking of that first tournament, Blake's already got the little
Absolutely.
rough draft over to us. So we're going to be looking that over a little bit. We'll have some information on that soon. And obviously we get a little more information here and then we'll be dropping that one out for you guys. The NFT only holders tournament to kick things off. So
yes,
Yeah.
so your
And then a poker night
NFT will
soon
be your
after.
entry into that first tournament.
yeah,
Yes.
No other way into Blake's first tournament.
No.
Yep.
And
The
it's
only
gonna be
way
an
in
event.
is if you own a barn. Same with
and the
poker
winner
night.
gets all of Blake's chickens.
Oh.
Well, there's
What?
at least I have one of the smaller coops around. So sorry, guys.
Oh, that's not a
no.
Tyler win holder only slips tourney.
Oh God,
Lips turning.
you the pink slips for
You
your
are
chickens.
evil.
You guys are
Slips
Oh.
for your
That's
chicken.
evil.
my God.
That would
No,
be some
but-
wild
yeah.
high stakes.
Hey, but you know
When I
what we
get some-
could do? Everybody has what I would term as a shit NFT. We could do slips for shit NFTs though, and everybody sends in a shit NFT,
Then
and
everyone
the
gets
holder
spam.
wins the bag.
No, how about like
the winner
the
gets
first,
the bag.
the first loser has to take all the ones you don't want. Whoever's the worst has to take all the shit ones.
But I think about it down the
Good
road.
luck
Like,
hiding
how
it.
fun would it be if we've got a bunch of crispy chickens and you
Yeah.
got like the crispy chicken slips tournament where you put your
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
up for the tournament.
Oh yeah,
entry
once
and
breeding happens, and there's
Oh,
I know
yeah,
there's going to
you're
be
done.
some backdoor
Start
spicy
getting the
chicken ones for
shitbirds.
these crazies. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't trust my game well enough there.
Oh, that's funny.
No.
All right,
Don't
Tyler,
gamble
you
your
got that
birds.
wheel ready?
I do have that wheel, and Wally said, "Ooh, a GPP." Yeah, that's the idea. Some of these tourneys are going to be cool like that, where we're going to have the chance to just
A what?
really. That's a
Come again?
GPP. It's like a tournament version in DFS. It's a guaranteed prize pool. So
Mhm.
Oh,
that's when you have like the
Wally
big
likes
winners,
to
yeah.
gamble.
Yeah,
Wally likes to
D-Gen.
gamble. A lot of
D-Gen.
people here like to gamble.
oh yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
All right, I'm
Apparently,
gonna-
Kansas City did Wally some good tonight.
Yeah, especially when he grabbed at the end. All right, I'm going to grab this, Josh. Then you can configure
Yeah,
it.
I'm working on it.
Right, I haven't hit share yet. I'm grabbing it now. Okay, we have our 81 holders. I know Josh is getting that thing set up, so I'll wait for him to give me the okay. But
Yeah, take it.
just grabbed it. We have
Oh, hang on.
yep, no problem. We have our 81 holders now. as we
81
added one
barns.
more. 81, yeah, excuse me, 81 barns, correct. As we just add that in, and yeah, this is a fun way to do this. I like this wheel. It's a lot. It's a pretty wheel compared to the old one that had like turd colors.
It's a pretty wheel.
It's a pretty wheel. I like it.
It's a nice wheel. Pretty wheel.
Be good to someone tonight. Pretty wheel.
Hang on,
It
don't
will.
spin it yet. I don't want to make
I'm
it
not.
a little
It's
bigger.
spinning. Too late.
No, it's always spinning. It's
Yes.
always just taunting you with that spin. And there's your numbers.
I think we're just messing with these people because it's called a wheel of names, and we just threw in a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, that's true. It does say wheel of names. That's great. Eventually I'll correlate them, but I like the fact that it's just the numbers there. So then you have to scramble and go see if it's
Yeah,
yours. and you
makes it
grabbed
easier for you to pick.
Yeah. So all the names, even if you won our 5 last time, you were back in this one again. It will be no removing from this one here, which is exciting for everyone that's been a part of it. And just waiting for Josh to give me the okay, and we'll get this thing spinning.
We're just waiting on Josh.
Always waiting on Josh.
Again, waiting on Josh.
Who else would we wait on?
So how about that playoff game tonight?
Ooh.
That was wild.
God. Ridiculous. They need to change the overtime rules. It's upsetting. Very upsetting.
I'm glad I'm nowhere near the border
what?
for all those Bills fans coming home.
Casey scored, then Bills gets then Casey gets the ball back because of a coin. A coin.
Kansas City won a playoff game because they won a coin
Pick the
toss.
right choice.
Coin. Pick the right coin choice. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Simple.
Can't pick a coin.
You only have a 50-50 chance. I mean,
They
it's
got
not
it.
that hard
The other,
to-
yeah.
It's not that hard to get it right. In fact, it's just as hard to get it wrong as it is to get it right. I
They
think,
got to go to
personally.
matching possessions,
Stats.
Actually, I think something says it's like slightly higher with tails than heads. Is that true?
Because
Has
of
anybody
like
heard
the
that?
weight distribution.
I don't
Like, there's
know. I've
something
heard
weird
this.
about that. Yeah,
I've heard this.
All right, Josh, how
Is
are we
there an
looking?
extra? Never mind. Nothing.
Extra
ahead.
what?
Nothing.
Extra number?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah, we
shooting
got
the
a new one
shit while you're waiting on you.
Okay, we ready to rock?
Ready?
Yeah, I say spin
Okay.
it. 548
Here we go.
NFT holder barn giveaway.
And click. Spinning.
Who's it gonna be?
Spin.
Spin,
Who's
spin,
it gonna be?
spin.
What's
No
the number?
whammies.
Tyler, close your eyes so you don't tell us before. 4.
Oh boy.
No spoilers.
Oh boy, it's so close.
Oh, it is 4.
It's 4.
Who's 4?
It's 4. Let's start digging.
Shoot, I thought I knew who that was. Number 4.
We bought barn number 4.
I can go look.
Barn number 4. Barn number 4. It's a Silasai barn,
Of course it is.
and it is held by Spiver.
Ooh,
Attaboy.
That's right.
Nice.
I knew it. He
There we
bought
go.
3 and 4.
Spiver.
All right, good
You
stuff.
can keep it, Tyler. Don't give it back yet. All right.
Okay, hold it for a minute.
Congrats, Spiver.
Yeah. Not a boy.
Love it.
Really excited for that one.
Oh yeah.
So,
he'll be
yeah.
excited when he sees it.
So yeah, obviously we have the long play of the Sarama coming when we get a sellout. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to give that to somebody. It's gonna, who knows what it'll be worth then when that comes around. But in the meantime, getting ourselves to 100 total sales will bring us the 22. Will have their exclusive wheel spin here, where it'll only be the 22 barns that were bought in that period.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we go, we'll throw out some more fun ways. I'm sure poker tournament nights might have some barns involved and some other fun things and giveaways and whatnot. You know, we want to keep, we want to use these to get new people in, but we also want to make sure that, y'all that have been here just helping us out, you guys get some too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're really, like we said a billion times, really proud of this and just really psyched you guys are on this board and watching us on a Sunday night, and soon we won't have football to go up against, so maybe we'll get more people watching too.
I think
We'll
it's
see.
actually, we've got a pretty good crew even through the football season. I've been
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
impressed.
Yeah.
We've got a,
Well, for the most part, the Monday night game
30-week
should
tradition.
be about, or the Sunday night game should be about wrapped up
Yep.
by the time we go
Yeah.
on. So
Sunday Night Football is our second screen experience. We're the first screen. How about that? Is there on
It's our opening act.
Yeah. My egos
um,
must not go unchecked.
yeah. So if you want to get yourself into the Coop Collective 548 club, gang, whatever you want to call it,
Squad.
just join the Discord, check out the announcements, or hit us up in our Discord. We'll get you the information you need. Here's to a week of races, boys. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Some
Let's have
really
100
good-
races by Tuesday.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Dave's shooting high. Love it.
We
I'll
have
take
to be
it.
right eventually.
Yeah.
If we if we keep throwing it at the wall, it's gonna stick, right?
You see, Wally, the chicken's gonna run, and he's gonna be on his own spiritual journey because he's gonna be on his out into the galaxy, just surfing stars, going to that finish line. Because he doesn't even know. Just can't have no in your heart, Sorry, that was my best Bill Walton.
It was about
That's what you were
7
doing.
minutes too short.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm not on that level right now.
Not
Thankfully,
many
I'm not
people
on that
are.
level.
Not many people are.
Yeah, that's a high mountain to achieve. Yes. So again, here's to a week of races this week. We are the Coop Collective, and this has been Cock Talk. You can hit us up in the Coop Collective Discord or find us in the Chicken Derby Chicken Coop chat. I am at Grateful Coops. I have at MBF Express above, and Dad, everyone's favorite dad, at Pecking Order Racing up in the top left, and Wada Racing. We'll see you next week, folks. Hopefully we got some more races coming, and yeah.
See
Bye.
ya.
Go to bed.
Oh, I gotta hit the button.
Fucking Fledge.
Are we off air?